As a lot of you should know, I hate the people who try to excuse what they say and what they do with, "It's a free country, I can do whatever I want." Well, I also hate the people who constantly try to excuse the hurtful and mean-spirited shit they say towards people with, "It's just a joke. Why are you so offended? Stop being such a pussy." I fucking hate these people so much. And I'm not talking about these comedians who offend people, or people who make the comical videos that just happen to offend people, or say an off-color joke towards their friends who will find the joke funny, and someone just so happens to be around who gets offended by the joke. I'm not saying, those people are bad, but I'm just saying, like, someone who intentionally goes up to someone, starts making joke after joke towards that person, fully knowing that it's gonna bother that person, especially if they crack jokes that they know is gonna offend the person, and yet they press on anyway, and then the person is so clearly annoyed, and they might even say, "Well, can you please stop, because it's not funny at all, and all you're doing is just annoying me, and I just want you to fuck off and stop it, and stop being so fucking annoying." And yet the person presses on, and then they may say, "Well, it's just a joke." I mean, come on, you can't take a joke. Stop being such a pussy, bro. Anyone who is like this is an asshole, and they'll eventually get what is inevitably coming to them. They'll say the wrong shit to the wrong person, and then they'll get their ass beat, probably, and then they'll be like, "Oh, why the fuck was I such a dumbass? Why did I say this to that person, and push that person's buttons to the point where they beat my ass for the shit that I said towards them?" It's inevitable. It's absolutely inevitable, and I can't stand these people at all. In my circle of friends in real life, we had a guy who was like this, and he was a complete fucking douche, and I don't understand why the fuck my friends were cool with him, but hey, they were cool with him anyway. Who am I to say who they can and can't hang out with? But still, I did not like being around this guy at all, because he didn't know when the fuck to stop. He would make joke after joke towards someone, and even after that person was clearly bothered, he took that as a cue to keep going and going and going, and then one day he fucked up royally, because one of my friends, he lost a family member. I'm not going to go into detail into that, but he thought the wise thing to do was to make joke after joke towards him. And look, I'm not saying humor can't be a coping mechanism after tragedy. Personally, I use humor to cope with things. If I'm feeling really down or something really bad has happened to me, so there were times where I look at something that I know will make me laugh, and it cheers me up at least a little bit. But if you're making joke after joke towards a person who just went through tragedy, like making joke after joke about their appearance, which is what this guy is doing, it's probably not the best time to do that, because what happened to this guy is he got fucking punched hard in the face. And I don't blame my friend whatsoever for doing that to him, because the guy had it coming. He was making inappropriate jokes at the inappropriate time, and he deserved exactly what was coming to him. And I was so happy that this happened to him, because I felt that this is something that should have happened a long ass time ago, and it was something that he had coming for a long ass time. But that's just one example of these kind of people. Alright, look, if you're a humorous person and you like to joke around a lot, fine, but know your boundaries at least, because I hate these annoying fucks who don't know their boundaries at all and make jokes at the completely wrong time, and then when the person rightfully gets angry and offended, the person making those jokes is like, "Oh, why are you so mad? Stop being so fucking mad. It's just a joke, bro. Stop being such a huge pussy." Look, I'm all for telling whatever joke it is you want to tell, and I'm all for offensive comedy, and I don't give a shit how offensive a joke may be, but just keep in mind who you're telling it to. Again, it's not like a comedian is telling some offensive jokes in front of an audience that willingly gathered to see this comedian and willingly paid to see this comedian, more than likely, and that's something completely different. But if you're going up to someone telling them jokes that you know they're gonna get pissed off at, like, I just think you're a complete ass. Like, I think you deserve a punch in the face if you're constantly going up to people, telling them jokes that you know is gonna piss them off, but tell them anyway. And I don't blame that person one bit if they decide to punch you right in the fucking face, because that is exactly what the fuck you deserve. And I can see the response to this now. Some people will probably be like, "Oh, why are you so soft, Mikey? You've become such a triggered SJW snowflake," even though these are have always been my belief, but whatever. Let's ignore that, but whatever. I already know I'm probably gonna get some of that anyway, but I don't fucking care because this is my channel and I could talk about whatever the fuck I want and give whatever opinion it is that I choose to give. But whatever. If you're one of these people, stop. Just stop, alright? But you're probably not going to listen. You're probably still going to go out and intentionally piss off people. And I hope to God someday you piss off the wrong person because you definitely have that coming. But until that day comes, have fun being a complete fucking asshole that I'm sure most people find absolutely insufferable and don't want to be around at all. Go ahead, keep living your life like that. That's all I have to say. Bye-bye.